So, Arush, I'll just read another letter that we have received. Ma'am, I'm writing to you from a friend's phone. If my family finds out, there will be a huge scandal. Things have been extremely tense at home for the past few days, and I honestly don't know what to do anymore. I've been married into this family for 2 years. My husband's elder brother and his wife live with us. They don't have any children, and because of that, Bodhi is constantly taunted and humiliated. Recently, Bodhi has changed a lot. She forgets things, she suddenly stiffens up, she screams without warning. It feels like she's completely overwhelmed. To me, it seems obvious that she's struggling with some kind of mental health condition. But no one in the family wants to accept that. They are very traditional and do not believe in these issues as real. Now, my brother in law is saying she's acting, putting on a performance, that she's doing all of this intentionally. He wants a divorce, and everyone in the family is supporting him. But Bodhi has no one in her maternal home, no income, no support system. If she loses this house, where will she go? As a woman, this breaks my heart. I feel so helpless. I want to help her, but I don't know how. Please guide me. So, do you think mental health can be a ground for divorce?
Unfortunately, it is a ground for divorce under the provisions of the Hindu Marriage Act. But at the same time, because it has been widely misused in the past, and people have applied for divorces even though their spouse may not have had any significant mental illness to speak of. It has been clarified by courts that unless the mental illness is of such an extent that it makes married life impossible, you can't use mental illness as a ground for divorce. So, yes, while mental illness is a ground for divorce, it has to be mental illness of a severity which makes normal married life virtually impossible. It cannot be that the mental illness is otherwise in control or can be controlled with medication, and if controlled would enable the couple to lead a normal life. So it has to be like applicable only to cases where it's so severe that normal married life is not possible.
Another question I wanted to ask you was, can the victim take action for the cruelty that's happening with her?
Of course, if you look at the facts that she's disclosed, like for example, her in-laws constantly berating her for not having kids, that would be within the definition of mental torture and cruelty, especially as a ground for divorce, but even otherwise. Prolonged neglect and not referring her mental illness to a registered medical practitioner, even that prolonged and extended a period of neglect might in some cases be an actionable form of cruelty. So yes, certainly on these grounds, she's more than entitled to approach a competent forum for cruelty, and more so if it is as a ground for divorce. You mentioned that her maternal home is probably not in great financial circumstances, but this might be a fit case for an interim maintenance being
Because
payable by the
she also
husband.
mentioned that she has no income.
Right,
So, yeah.
right. So if she does file for a divorce on the ground of mental torture and cruelty, which she very well can, then she can also claim for her husband to maintain her in the duration while she fights out the divorce proceedings.